Well, hello everybody and welcome back to Oxygen Not Included. Now, I said last time I was going to read up on Dreckos ranching and then act on that, and I will. But the way that the recordings have worked out, the one you've watched most recently in which I said that was actually yesterday for me, which means I've got some comments from that video for me right now, which is extremely useful. Some of the most important things that were mentioned. Number one, I should definitely, in order to use up the hydrogen in here, there's two things I want to do with the hydrogen. I want to use some of the excess hydrogen and pump it into a Dreckos ranch to help with scale growth and then make glossy Dreckos. Number two, for now, we should connect these hydrogen generators to the main grid so that we're not wasting, so that we're not backed up on hydrogen, because while we're backed up on hydrogen, we're not producing any oxygen. And as you can see, things get kind of horrendous when we're not producing oxygen. So, step one, power. Heavy watt wire. I think we just want to run you into here, right? How do I connect you to the grid? In such a way, I think I need to add a transformer specifically. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have them come over here and deconstruct all of this useless stuff. Add a 9. Get rid of this. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to run this wire into a transformer into the grid. Right? Yeah. Because I don't think I can... Hold on, a joint plate. Can you pull power out of a joint plate? Like, I had a joint plate somewhere with a wire connected to it, which meant it was all one thing. I don't think I want to do that. I'm just thinking about heavy watt wires, because ideally we want heavy watt wires running through here. Or we want heavy watt wires. But I'm trying to figure out how I would then attach them to everything else, you know? And I want all of this running on a separate line before... Wait, I disabled you. Hold on. Enable this building. Let's just see what happens. You're only going to be able to pull 1,000 watts out. But you'll still be pulling power, right? Into this main area. You'll be running all the time. Hold on. Your power's going down even with both of you running. Which meant you turned on. Let's tab up for a sec. So you're pumping. Why are you overloaded? Because you're drawing power. Oh, yeah. Okay, so that is going to be a problem, which means we are going to have to rework the whole power situation. Just use some cobalt for now. Okay, something like this. Like that, right? Then joint plate. There. Heavy watt there. Heavy watt like so. Yeah, let's do that. Let's priority 8 all of this for now. And let's disable this building because it's going to just be damaging the pipes the whole time. That's horrendous. Other one. Yes, something I do want to do. I want to uproot this plant. It's going to seem weird, but it is so that we can put a storage bin here and fill it with only dirt, and then we can put some dirt in here, and the auto sweepers will handle the dirt production. Extremely nice. And by dirt production, I mean the dirt, like putting... Come on, dude. Putting dirt into the mealwood seeds or mealwood plants. Feels like a smart thing to do. I've also been told that this bad boy that fires off the radiation bolt kind of loses efficacy as it goes, which is fine. We'll just have to see how badly it goes. Also, this shine bug thing that we got going on here, we're gonna need to move this because remember it's in the middle of our mainline area, and we do not want it in the middle of our mainline area. So what we're going to do is we're going to find somewhere to put a permanent research area, and by that research area we're going to have our shine nymph area. That's the important part. You're tuning up the... Okay, you're tuning up the generator. You're not building. Okay, let's cancel that for now. You guys gonna build the thing? Also, in that case, deconstruct all of the wires. Yeah, but then we are going to need a power transformer here. Right. And then you like that and you like that, so that it will all... so that you can still be powered to pump the water into here as necessary. Right? Okay. Good gravy, that makes sense. Let me pull up the list of things. I had the many things. Yeah, want the research terminal near the Radbolt generator. That's what we're going to do. Apparently, the idea of coring out the whole oil biome over here is a good idea. I'm really looking forward to doing that after we pump all of this out. And do that so that this water stays in here, ideally. And if this water flows out while we're pumping this, then that's fine, but we're going to pump all this out and then we can do this. I've taken into account the extremely high, well, not extremely high, but the higher pressure of the oil, so that'll push all out when we actually open this place up. We'll get a bit of oil from here. That'll be lovely. Next. What else was there? Oh, the wheezeworts are a great source for radiation. Extremely good to know. What do wheezeworts need in terms of, like, you're growing them yourself? Because naturally they do whatever, right? They need phosphorite. 4,000 grams of phosphorite per second. Phosphorite is a solid form of phosphorus. Fertilizer. How do I produce... Oh, Dreckos produce phosphorite if they eat food. Now we're not... We're gonna... The Drecko ranch, the Dreckos are going to grow and die of old age or starvation. I don't think we're going to feed them. is the idea. But if we do feed them, then we can just feed them our food, and they can produce phosphorite, which we can use to grow wheezewort. How much phosphorite do we have right now? Oops, I left out the second. Okay, 91 tons of phosphorite. That's a lot of phosphorite. That would supply some wheezeworts for a little while. 5 warts that generate 160 bolts per cycle. Equals 400 bolts per cycle with an additional 3. 480 watts. You want to blast with as much radiation as possible to minimize the power cost per bolt when you check the dupes. Oh, yeah. So that was just the thing about the great meal. So what we should do, this whole shine nymph thing, I like the idea. We could maybe get some bonus radiation out of this. Let's put this on hold for now, even though it's a good idea when I came up with it and I'm very smart about it, I think. We're going to move you. Research area. Oh, let's just check the duplicant skills while we're here. Let's get you some super duper hard digging. You're okay for now. You could learn some stuff. I'm not sure what though. If there's anything people love, I'll have them do that immediately. If there isn't, advanced medical care might be useful actually in our line of work. You love field researching, which is fantastic because you can then run the standard researching setup over on the other asteroid. You're still going to be 2 down, and that's fine. Right. Researching area. And we are going to, trust me, we are going to get to the glossy Dreckos setup. Because I'll need to add a 3rd incubator, which actually... Well, it depends where we're going to put the glossy Dreckos setup. We might as well just put it down here, right? Also, let me just check. You're 96 tiles now. Good. So you're all happy. Perfect. Okay, I understand. I was thinking like, why don't I just add more of these hatch ranches here? But it's because the hatches need a specific amount of space. They need this much space in the stable to be happy. So you might as well occupy the rest of the space with these. If I put you there and you there. We could have 2 of these cover all the mealwood here as well. Which would be interesting. So we could have a bunch of mealwood plants running in the ranch as standard. I could maybe drop this down and drop this wall out a little bit so that we could actually have an additional mealwood plant and get the most efficiency. And have them send the mealwood or the meal lice up. Okay. Stops then having to pick up the meal lice. Let's try this out. While we're working on things. While we're making changes and or improvements. Also, I've got this huge sweep job down here. Honestly, cancel the sweep job. There's way too much stuff down here. What we're going to do instead is we'll probably have an auto sweeper down here that picks everything up, because quite often things just get dropped. You can see stuff is building up down here. We'll have an auto sweeper here as well. But things just get dropped down the spine when someone maybe is interrupted by the need for food or the need to breathe, which especially happens down here, you know. Gas-wise, it's pretty nasty. We've got the pockets of air, which help, but sometimes they're like, oh, I need to stop to do something. Oh, I've dropped the thing all the way down to the bottom of the spine. We should have an auto sweeper to basically sweep up any leftovers that get trapped down here. I think that would be a good idea. So, before I just said everything I said, what was I doing? Right, we're going to pick a spot for our researching room. First of all, though, you're not in gas because you're not powered. right? Okay. Priority 8 on those, please. So you're prioritied up. You're all connected. The doors are no longer connected. That's actually fine. Can I ask why you're not powering down? Are the batteries full? Oh, the batteries are full. In that case, let me check the automation. So you send a signal when you hit the low threshold. When you... Okay, so you've maxed out. You're powering down. The generators came back on. What do you mean not connected? Why are you not active? I know none of you are powered on. Hold on. When the water gets here, let's check. To make sure that things are working. Hold on. Okay, so you're on. You're disabled. Right, enable this building, and then in theory, you should pull excess power out of here. Right, and you're desperately trying to regas that area. Okay, so you're on. So we're pulling additional hydrogen out of here now. And so, let me just add a switch here so that we can shut off power to the transformer if we need to. We could actually probably make that a big transformer, I think. Hold on. Available power 391 joules. I take it that's all of the leftover power that isn't being 555 joules. Interesting. I don't know. I think that's working. Please let me know if that's not working the way I think it should be. Hey, but you okay? That's a no. Touche. You got me. Right, suit up and boot up. What are you going to go and do? Sweep. Completely unnecessary. Okay. Right. Research room. Research room. So let's just take a second and think about what are we going to do and how are we going to do it. Step 1. These bedrooms are going to become nice bedrooms and they're going to occupy this area up here because the bathrooms are going to occupy this area over here. We know this. This is the main line run. Okay. Nothing should occupy this 5 tall area. All the way to the right, all the way to the left. That's what I want. So, research area. Where would you put a research area? I think, quite frankly, down here somewhere. Because why not, right? Let's assume that this is a nice floor. Somewhere like this, okay? And then if we need to, a little bit of that. And then we'll just dig the whole damn area out, okay? We can also deconstruct all of you. It's thinking. Deconstruct all of you. Cancel these bits. Do me a favor, don't get trapped down there, Bubbles, because I will just kill you. I'll just kill you if you get trapped down here. I know the kind of thing you like to do. Okay. We're going to put the research area in here. Why? Because we're going to grow Wheezewort over here. Okay, and it's in line with this platform. Good. Minimal chlorine. Alright, nobody got trapped. That's fantastic. They're going to do this. Oh. Let's take some free lime. Who doesn't like a little bit of lime? Put it on some Mexican chicken, you know? I know, it's not that kind of lime. So, we're going to put a research area over here. We can deconstruct these doors. And all of this, actually. Good, get rid of all that. So we'll still be able to make our way down here if we ever need to access this steam vent for whatever reason. We might want to do it in the future when we get space age materials. But we're going to build a research area. So remember, research area is going to need power. Power provided by this line and let's see. Standard, excuse me, station. Standard research station. Let's put you here. Oh, by the way, Bleachstone, get out of here. Bleachstone, get out of here. Bleachstone, get out of here. Okay, so let's go for standard computer. Supercomputer. We're going to want... How do you feed... You just feed data banks into this, right? Because I'm thinking we probably want the virtual planetarium, then the materials study terminal, because we'll have the Wheezewort farm over here kind of area, and we want the Wheezewort to be able to just fire rad bolts as easy to this system as possible. So virtual planetarium, followed by, cancel that, uproot you, furniture. I'm going to put some sculpting blocks in here so that people don't want to die all the time. Oh, by the way, dig those. Thank you. I'll probably dig all of this out as well. Deconstruct those bits. But, oh, by the way, this thing fired at some point. I don't know if it actually did anything. Sounds like us, doesn't it? Right. What did we make you out of, by the way? Copper? Okay. Stations. Stations. Materials study area. Put one of you there. Floor, floor. Floor, floor. Dig all of you out. Okay. So we're going to need power. Heavy watt wire. Like that. Like that. Deconstruct all of that. And all of that as well. And the ladder. Camille, you're our fantastic artist, right? You're going to produce a work of art the likes of which no one has ever seen before? Fantastic. The thinker. Actually, more like the bowler. Lovely. That will provide... There's some surprising decor... Oh, because people are wearing fancy suits. That's probably where most of the decor is coming from, if I were to guess. Insufficient oxygen generation. Let me just check the old oxygen overlay. Okay, the cyanide, the cyanide. Oh no, that's not what we want. Is coming back, is returning. We're getting oxygen back. We're providing a bit of additional power. I guess some ice melted. Check the temps. It's not too bad actually. And you're now putting maximum power through into the main area, which means you're maintaining power uptime with no generators running because of the power currently leaving you. That's pretty good. That means we don't need to use our natural gas. This will kick in an emergency if we're using way too much power, and if for whatever reason we decide we need to switch you off, because we're actually tearing through the hydrogen that we've produced. High stress. Joshua, I wonder why. Okay. Right, deconstruct all of that as well. Check the old priorities. They're all 5, so people will just be doing whatever they need to whenever they need to. Lovely. Full science room. And you're actually a little closer than you, I think, for the required water for the supercomputer operation. It's weird that you can't pump water into you. I suppose it was before the idea of plumbing all of the various things you've got going on. So we're going to put you over here, we're going to grow Wheezewort over here, we're going to use the Wheezewort to produce radiation, so we don't need to worry about you. Let me just check. Bit of radiation, mostly safe. Mostly safe. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Bop, 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 bop. Like so, but not you. Honestly, we're just going to deconstruct all of you. And we're going to leave everything down here, because I don't want to touch it. It's covered in friggin' radiation. Are you crazy? Right, now. You're back down to being 93 tiles. So we're at 94, 95, 96 is what we're going to do. And then we're going to insulate like that. Okay. Good. So we're thinking. We're making what I would describe as money moves. You know what I'm saying? Money moves. Okay, good. Get rid of all of that. Right. Hold on. Oh no, you do that. Yeah. So we'll do that. We'll deconstruct these bits of wall. Cancel that. Dig, dig, dig. This is my plan because I'm going to build the Drecko Ranch in this area because I'm fairly certain that the Drecko Ranch functions almost identically to this ranch, right? Okay, we're going to do this plumbing, liquid pipe, like so. And I want to see if I can max out the, what do you call it? The mealwood growth in this area. Remember, we can build some of these. And then you'd cover the middle area. How much copper have we got? Un momento. Copper ore. 21 tons of copper ore. I think I can produce a little bit of standard copper. Yeah, let's run some copper. Let's do 10. Get a cheeky bit of copper going. And then we'll sort this out. And then we'll need to sort this area out down here as well, but that's okay. I just realised I'm making you insulated tiles, but you actually need to be hydroponic farm tiles, probably. So if you could just do that, that'd be great. Oh, actually, do you know what I do need to do? That and deconstruction of those, actually. Just to insulate the floor. And then if we decide we're going to go down another layer and do another farm under here, then we'll just tear the ceiling out. Should be all good. Do you ever see disaster moments before it happens? My man's is mining the block they're standing on. And they're going to fall into this and they're going to die. And I'm not going to rescue you, Camille. But the problem is, right? You were going to kill someone else at the same time. That was the real problem. Okay, so once you're done with that, we're all good. Okay. So we want one of you, like so. One of you, like so. Don't do that one yet because you're going to make it out of lead. I want you to make it out of copper instead. Okay, then we're going to do the same thing down here. So you cover this area. Oh! I like that sound. Starvation. Once again, I don't believe it, so don't talk to me. Let me just check up on Icto. You got to mine that out so you can get here and do the power thing, please. You guys are full on power. You're not wasting much of it either, which I appreciate. Ugly crying? The hell are you? Morb? It's Morbin time? You gotta be dead, son. Can't be having you morbing all over the place. Or what have you. What are you? Nosh sprout? Right, nosh beans. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, this place is horrendous for our people to live in. Stress is at 60%. It's mostly nails. Do you know what? They got stuff to do. They can handle that. Right, plumbing. Pump you in there. Yep, you're killing the thing. You're covering all of this area. You'll cover all of this area. Lovely, Liam. Thank you for running the refinery. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you. Yeah, at some point we're probably going to need to come down here and dig out a wider area to let more water fill this area up. Good, so we've got the two of you. So we then want one of you up here. Someone took the copper to do something. Hold on, you store only dirt. So they put dirt in here at a slightly higher priority. And how much does one of these take? It needs 10 dirt per cycle. 10 kilograms of dirt per cycle. We have... Well, we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We'll have 17. Okay. So we need 170 kilograms of dirt per cycle. So you'll need to hold... Let's just call it 10 cycles of dirt. Oh, they've filled it? Oh no, it's filled now because they overfilled it. But that means that every 10 cycles they just put some dirt in here and then these guys handle the rest of that as and when they need thingy stuff. I wish we could get the mealwood seeds out of here. Someone can come and sweep them at some point. Okay, you're in here doing that. I love that. Copper. We have some copper. I appreciate that. You're going to go up here. You're going to go down here. We're going to replace this floor with just a nice tile. Please tile the floor. There we go. Just so I know where plants are and aren't growing. Okay. Copy your settings. Paste your settings here. Heavy watt wire. Plugged in like so. I might as well extend you out to here as well because that's eventually where you're going to go. Automation. No, not automation. Sorry, shipping. Shipping. We're shipping. So you'll go like that. And that. And then we can deconstruct this and get a bit of material back. Let's copy your settings and paste you there. Remember, this is all for the future. Okay, all for the future. So, Dreckos, you are going to be... You're going to live in here. I'm going to move you over so you just cover the area that I want you to cover. Oh, copy settings, paste settings. You uproot that plant. Just so I know where all of my things are going and need to be. Trust me, this will be worth it. This will be worth it. I know it looks like we're not going to get to the Dreckos. If it doesn't happen now, it's going to happen immediately in the next one. But we're setting everything up for said Dreckos, okay? This is what we're doing. It just takes longer than I thought. Can I tell them to never touch the uranium, please? Actually, no, we don't have anywhere to store uranium, so they shouldn't ever use it. Dual plugged in over here. I like that. Hydrogen-wise, we're running out of hydrogen to power our system. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to pause the outfeed of power, and we're going to rely on you guys for now. And we just pump carbon dioxide down here temporarily. Which is okay, because we'll actually need a lot of carbon dioxide. In the oil biome. If we're going to core the whole thing out. Because that will let the slicksters live in here, and the slicksters need carbon dioxide to live. See my plan? See my theory? My thoughts? Right, how goes all of you? Okay. Deconstruct you, and we'll replace... Yeah, we'll replace you with something else. Come on, my dudes. There's so many hatches over here, by the way. Eventually they'll just die, and... and then they can be put in here. How many have you got, by the way? Yeah, 8 critters. Still just keep doing their thing. You're on stone hatch. Incubate them permanently. Excellent. So you got rid of that. We'll put a tile down here. I'll give you one more cycle. We'll put a tile down here so that we can then put you here and you here. Yeah. Lovely. By the way, how's the whole slime lung situation going? It's definitely still here. Is this all polluted oxygen? There is some polluted oxygen. And we have to get rid of all of the polluted oxygen in order to get rid of the slime lung. It will take a while. We will do it. I promise you that. It will just... it's not my main priority right now. And even though it probably should be, it's not. What did you do? Did you just put dirt from here into here? I mean, by all means, I suppose. Right, so you're all planted up. Now, you uproot. 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 Okay. I think this is the way we want to do this. Want door, wall. I'm going to deconstruct these 2 pieces of floor for now. Oh damn, you actually got that going. Right, copy your settings to here. Put one of you up here. Deconstruct you for now. Boom. Boom. I'm actually not sure what else I need. And you know what? The good thing about this is I can set this up, and then if you could just refresh me in a comment in this video exactly what I need. If this is correct, A, if this is correct, and B, if it is correct, do I just replicate the hatch setup? Or do I want to add things, leave things out? And if this isn't correct, then if you could just run me through again. Because I read the whole thing. Your how to do your ranching of Dreckos. But just hold on. Let me put it back up. Let me pull the whole thing back up. Hold on. You need 2 auto sweepers with a loader in the middle to cover. I'm not sure that this is correct and if this is even the right size. So if you could just refresh my memory on what I need to do here. Because, I mean, the stable should run as a stable, right? You put the Dreckos in here, the Dreckos get groomed. You need 2 auto sweepers with a loader in the middle to cover the Drecko stable. Make a room 2x4 nearby that contains a shearing station and your conveyor chute. Insulate the room because it'll be 40 degrees inside. Oh, I probably don't want to do it here then, do I? Yeah. Okay. In that case, if you've listened to the end of this video, please be aware that what I'm building here is actually a second hatch farm. And it has been intended to be a second hatch farm or hatch ranch the whole time. Not that you need to know otherwise. That's what we're doing here. Hatch ranch. Let's do another 10 of these as well. Yeah, I'm building a hatch ranch. And then I'm going to build the Dreckos in the next one. And I know I said I was going to do them in this one, but it's because I thought I was doing them correct, but clearly I hadn't remembered everything I had read. So don't yell at me. I'm going to build the Drecko one. But could you still just... If you could just let me know how... I know that it needs to be 96 blocks or 96 tiles big for the Dreckos to live in, for them to be comfortable. Is it the kind of thing where we just have them living in a small area and section off the rest, or are we happy to let them all wander in one big area? Because, I mean, 2 of these aren't big enough to cover the whole area, right? Yeah. So clearly, I need to build it in a slightly different way. Well, I think I do. I think I do. Let me just check. Icto, did you put these things in? No? Okay, that's fine. Dig that, I guess you can get in here and then do that. And then we're going to call it here. Thank you everybody so much for watching. If you're infuriated because I didn't actually get to the Dreckos, even though I said I was going to get to the Dreckos, I got to some stuff. I got to the power. I got to the research room so that I can set up a Wheezewort farm. And I will get to the Dreckos, I promise. It just, I need some refreshers. So thank you. If you enjoyed, please hit the like button. Oh, there's a Drecko there. If you enjoyed, hit the like button. Helps out a great deal. I really appreciate it. Love your faces for it. If you're new, consider subscribing to the channel for content. Check the links in the description. Ring the notification button. And I will see all of you in the next one. Bye!